Did you know that all Chinese people like rice and karate and that Mexicans are lazy? Yeah, right. When I was growing up, I had that kind of perception of Chinese people and Mexican people, not because of what I saw in reality, but what I saw in representation, television, movies, cartoons, entertainment. I had very limited exposure to Chinese people and Mexicans in real life. So I had a concept of them that was not true. When I speak about representation in the black community, that's why I'm so big on it. Because if you know the facts, we only make up about 13% of the population, and that's spread across 48 continuous states. And then the other two states, for that, whatever's there. And we typically tend to live in concentrated areas, which means that there are states and cities where there's large concentrations of black people. What this means is that the vast majority of the United States has very little black representation. You have a lot of areas where there are white people that have never seen a black person in real life or have very limited exposure to black people. So the concepts that they get about us, they get it from television. The same way you might have people up north that think that down south is still dusty and backwards and, we don't have paved roads and buildings because of what they might be exposed to up there and they've never been down here. When you have people that have never seen a black person and all the information that they get about us, it's what they see on television or social media or whatever else when they come across it, they're going to hold these beliefs that may not be true. And then when they see a black person in real life, if that person reinforces the stereotype that they're aware of, they're then going to think it's true because they're going to say, well, I've never really seen a black person, but when I do see them or when I did see one, they look and acted exactly like what I saw on television or what I saw on social media. This is why we have to be careful and cautious of the image that we curate about ourselves and how we represent it and making sure that we are put in more of a positive light. And that's because of the exposure that we don't get in areas. So people will look at it and say, I can't believe it's this year and that year, and they still think this or that about us. Well, you have to ask yourself, why is it this year or that year, and we're still allowing ourselves to be misrepresented or only represented certain ways to the mass public? So what do you think they're going to think? We have to start taking our image serious. We have to start taking our representation serious because it matters.